Hello everybody, it's me, Coach Luther, again for the fifth part of the Python learning series. It started out with Python and we are already in chapter 3, Decision Structures and Boolean Logic. This is very important because it's basically the core concept of artificial intelligence. So now, the topics here are the if statement, the if-else statement, the comparing strings, nested decision structures, and the if-else statement, the logical operators, the Boolean variables, the turtle graphics determining the state of the turtle. That's great. We're gonna touch into the turtle graphics again. So first, what is the if statement? The if statement is used to create a decision structure which allows a program to have more than one path of execution. The if statement causes one or more statements to execute only when the Boolean expression is true. A control structure is a logical design that controls the order in which a set of statements execute. So far in this book, we have used only the simplest type of controller structure, the sequence structure. A sequence structure is a set of statements that execute in the order in which they appear. For example, the following code is a sequence structure because the statement executes from the top to bottom. Name input, like we have been doing so far. Although the sequence structure is heavily used in programming, it cannot handle every type of task. This is because some problems simply cannot be solved by performing a set of ordered steps, one after the other. For example, consider a pay calculating program that determines whether an employee has worked overtime. If the employee has worked more than 40 hours, he or she gets paid extra for all the hours over 40. Otherwise, the overtime calculation should be skipped. Programs like this require a different type of control structure, one that can execute a set of statements only under certain circumstances. This can be accomplished with a decision structure. Decision structures are also known as selection structures. In a decision structure, simplest form, a specific action is performed only if a certain condition exists. If the condition does not exist, the action is not performed. The flowchart shown in figure 3.1 shows how the logic and everything. Okay, let's see. So cold outside, true. If it's cold outside, then it's true. We're a code. False, we keep going with the action. Okay, so it's pretty understandable. In Python, we use the if statement to write a single alternative decision instructor. Here's the general format of the if statement. If condition, colon, statement. Okay, so of course, Python has like a different type of formatting in comparison with the in comparison with the other languages like JavaScript or C#. Okay, so again with the flowchart, code outside, if it's true, wear a code, and if you wear a code, of course you have to wear a hat or a beanie, and of course you have to wear gloves. So that is basically the structure. If it's false, you just keep going. For simplicity, we will refer to the first line as the if clause. The if clause begins with the word if followed by a condition, which is an expression that will be evaluated as either true or false. A colon appears after the condition. Beginning at the next line is a block of statements. A block is simply a set of statements that belong together as a group. Notice in the general format that all of the statements in the block are indented. This indentation is required because the Python interpreter uses it all to tell where the block begins and ends. So this is why I don't like Python that much in forms of like functions and methods, because in order to keep track of your functions, you have to keep track of the indentations. In JavaScript, for example, we just enclose everything in braces. In brackets and braces, right? In curly braces. So it's easier to see where it is. But nowadays, many of the modern text editors, they can help you out how to search for the functions and where the indentation goes. So now we get with the Boolean expressions and the relational operators. As previously mentioned, the if statements test an expression to determine whether it is true or false. The expressions that are tested by the if statement are called Boolean expressions, named in honor of the English mathematician George Boole in the 1800s. Boole invented a system of mathematics in which the abstract concept of true and false can be used in computations. Typically, the Boolean expression that is tested by an if statement is formed with a relational operator. A relational operator determines whether a specific relationship exists between two values. For example, the greater than the operator determines whether one value is greater than another. The equal to operator, equal, determines whether two values are equal. So this is the chart: greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal. Okay. I guess we get the core concept now. We are ready to go to the first exercise. Let's see. I'm just gonna scroll real slow over here, so you guys can I think you guys. Okay. More flowcharts. The core concept is very simple, right? If this action meets the standards, you do an action. If not, just keep going. There you go. Okay, let's get going. We're here already in chapter 3. We go for program that one type. Okay, and of course remember that comments in Python are with the pound key. It's called test average .py. This program gets 3 test scores and displays their average. It congratulates the user if the average is a high score. Okay. The high score named constant holds the value that is considered a high score. Okay, so high score is equal to 95. Get the 3 test scores. Okay, so we put input. Okay, test 1 equals integer input. Enter the score for test 1. Test 2 is equals integer input. Enter the score for test 2. And last but not least, test 3 is equals to integer input. Enter the score for test 3. All right, so now we calculate the average test score. Average equals test 1 plus test 2 plus test 3 divided by 3. We'll go for print the average. Print the average. average score is average. Now we do the conditional here. If the average is a high score, congratulate the user. If average is greater or equal than high score, here, rename symbol is high score. There we go. We print congratulations, you passed with flying colors. You pass. Okay, you know, I'm not gonna. Let's do it just textually as it is in the book. I'm getting hell of myself. That is a great average. Okay, so now we save the file and we will run the Python file. Okay, so enter the score. First score is going to be, let's see, 75. That's going to be 93. And the last score is going to be 72. So the average score is 80. Why average? With 8, 54, and 96. How about that? 76. Okay. It works, but okay, let's see here. We want the conditional, right? We want the conditional. So it's gonna be, I don't know, like 85, right? 96. And then 100. It's gonna be 93. Damn it. We still cannot do it. How about 95? Let's run it again. It's gonna be 95, 99, and 100. I'm smart. Okay, it's 98. Congratulations! This is great average. That is a great average. My grammar is just, there we go. All right. I will reach a checkpoint here, guys. I'm gonna put the checkpoint over here. I'm gonna wait just 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's get going with the book. The if-else statement. So basically, the flowchart is what's gonna explains as how it's gonna be the if. So if the temperature is minus 40, if it is true, here, if it's true, print a little cold, isn't it? If it's false, nice weather we are having. That's actually the weather that we're having right now here in Nebraska. It's pretty good. It's like 64 degrees. Too bad I have to work at night tonight. The decision structure in the flowchart tested the condition temperature minus 40. Okay, we know already, like we're getting the gist of this, right? Figure 3.6, conditional execution in an if-else statement. Okay, and this is basically how you write it down. If temperature is minus 40, print a little cold. Else, print nice weather we're having. Okay, in the spotlight, using the if-else statement, Chris owns an auto repair business and has several employees. If any employee works over 40 hours in a week, he pays them 1.5 times their regular hourly pay rate for all hours over 40. He has asked you to design a simple payroll program that calculates an employee's gross pay. including any average wages. These are the following. Okay. There's an exercise that we could do later on. I guess we're gonna do it anyway. So that's a program 3.2. Go here, new file, program 3.2.py, and we are going to close this Python console just for the sake of visibility. Why the hell not this as well? Okay, so the file name is auto repair payroll.py. Name constants to represent the base hours and the overtime multiplier. Have base hours equals 40. That is the base hours per week. The overtime multiplier equals 1.5. That is, of course, overtime multiplier. Get the hours worked and the hourly pay rate. Hours equals a float input, enter the number of hours worked. Okay, and the pay rate is going to be a float value as well, and the input, enter the hourly pay rate. Calculate and display the gross pay. If hours it's greater than base hours, then we shall calculate gross pay with overtime. First, get the number of overtime hours worked. Overtime hours equals hours minus base hours. Now calculate the amount of overtime pay. Overtime pay equals overtime hours times pay rate times OT multiplier. We also are gonna calculate the gross pay pay rate overtime pay. Okay, now go with the else statement. The else, look at the indentation here. I'm doing the else statement at the same line as the if statement. So the Python interpreter recognizes that this else statement is from this if function. Okay? Else. Calculate gross pay without overtime. So I have gross pay equals hours times pay rate. Here display the gross pay. We are print. We're doing print. The gross pay is format gross pay. You know, let's do these cute and dandy. Sep. All right. Now we are going to use the run Python file. If you're ready, let's just save again. Run Python file, and we'd go into the number of hours worked. So we worked 45 hours, okay? We worked 45 hours into the hourly pay rate. The hourly pay rate, where mechanics are we going to do? It's 22.50, okay? The gross pay is, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, it is part of a, excuse me? Invalid from a specifier? What do you mean? Oh, I think it is this. Okay, 45 hours. 50. The gross pay is $1,000, $68 plus 75 cents. Let's freaking go. Yeah, be careful with this, okay? Remember to put the period in front of the 2F or before the 2F. But that is how it goes. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Now that you can manipulate the stuff like this is pretty cool. And we actually reached a checkpoint. I'm gonna be freezing this for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, in this case, in this course, we already learned 2 statements. The if statement and the if-else statement. I'm gonna leave this for here. I'm sorry that it is such a short course. The thing is, I need to edit this and then upload it by tomorrow. Today is Sunday, but I have to work night shift today and tomorrow, so I need to, how you call it, have some. I need some time in order to prepare myself, but I promise you that the part 6 is gonna be at the very least an hour long, because first of all, I'm enjoying this, and also you guys like the Python course more than the JavaScript course. Pretty based, I have to say. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry for being this is such a short course, but I'm gonna I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna edit this, of course. And of course, you can fork the GitHub file that I have for this course, so you can put your own exercises in there, in a fork, put your own examples in there to be creative. So thank you very much, guys. See you guys next time. Okay, bye bye.